Welcome in the 10th game of the World Chess Championship match 2023 between Nepo and Dink. Here, Dink had the white pieces and started the game with an English opening c4 and Nepo replied with knight f6. Previously they played this system again and Dink won. Here we have the English with 4 knights and you're very welcome to check this game. The idea is to develop the knights and here he surprised again Nepo with the move e4. He played the move e3, I think it's a better way to go in this way. But in any case, he played this e4 move and now we have bishop to c5. Here, if white don't do anything at all, for example, if he continue plays normal looking moves, then he can run into the trouble. For example, here he cannot really protect that pawn and he has real problems. Another solution is to play something like this in order to castle after knight to g4, but after d6, and here black can develop his pieces very naturally and he don't face any real problem. For that reason he has to do something right now and he found this small trick, actually tactical trick. Knight takes there, because after knight takes you have the double attack against the knight and the bishop. White is going to take back the material. We have this move and a lot of forcing moves continue right now. Taking there, we cannot take the knight on e4 because this knight is pinned, and after this move attacking this knight he just captured here, doubling the pawns. And previously in some other games on 2019 for example, we have this game Carlsen and Caruana. I added on the blog post. You're very welcome to follow my website in order to read the detailed article about this World Chess Championship match. Bishop was there, the game ended in a draw, Carlsen Caruana, but in this particular game Nepo played this move bishop c5. He played it fast and he did his homework very nicely. Now we have queen g3 and black cannot really castle here because we have this very nice move, bishop on h6. This pawn is pinned and white is threatening to create a checkmate, so we have a move like this and here white is winning material and he's better. For that reason he didn't castle and he played this strange looking move, king f8. He's overprotecting this one. We exchange a lot of knights, actually a lot of pieces, so white cannot create a very strong attack right now, and black's idea is to play the move d6, try to liberate himself from this pawn, opening up the bishop, and in the future he can play something like h5, h4 in order to liberate this rook from this file actually. And everything looks okay, so the game continues like this. We have d6, bishop there, developing the pieces, and a very nice move, queen here on e7. This queen keeps an eye against the bishop, so white cannot really castle here or taking the pawn for example, because he can capture and after castling he can take on e2. White is not losing here, he has some compensation, some tactics. After rook e1 we can take on f2, some complications, but the point is that white cannot really castle and he's not claiming any advantage. So he played this move, very nice move, and Nepo continued with his preparation. This move h5, very strong move. The idea is to win the square on g4 and he's putting the pawn forward for example and liberate the move, the rook. For example here, if he just takes here, we have this move, and if he takes with the rook, this is a little trick here. Nepo cannot really take with the bishop because we have this bishop takes and the queen is pinned. White is completely winning here, but he can play this very strong move. He's not touching the rook, he has this very strong move, bishop there on g4. He's threatening checkmate on e2, and if white plays something like this, we have this move, and suddenly almost all of white pieces, all of the black pieces liberate themselves, and now we're threatening checkmate here. It's very ugly for white to do something here, and for that reason he didn't capture on the 6, he just castled. Very nice move, h4, and now queen here, and after this very nice move g4. I'm not sure if it was a preparation or he just thought it during the game, inviting Dink to capture on d6 and went into the end game, because after bishop c1 he would like to do something like this, but after queen takes here and after now white would like to play the move f4 actually in order to attack against the king, but he cannot do this, it's an illegal move, the bishop is there. And after king h1 with the idea to play f4, he don't have time because we have this move attacking the queen, taking a tempo, developing the pieces, and now boom, h3. And believe it or not, white's king is more vulnerable here because we're threatening to take here, and after this queen and rook can checkmate on h2. So white has problems in this variation, and Ding went for the endgame actually. He exchanged a lot of pieces. And after bishop to e6, white is a pawn up. However, these double pawns cannot really create huge problems to the black's position. If you imagine that the pawn was like this, then we're talking about very big advantage. However, these double pawns can create a lot of counterplay for black. He can play the stabilizing move b6, for example. Rook can come here. He is pressing this one. The king can come on e7. The other rook can join the center of the board, for example, and everything is just fine. Black can create a lot of counterplay. For example, we have this there, he went back, some exchanges, and suddenly this bishop protects everything. Fantastic consolidating piece. He played that one. He calculated, or he knew what to do actually, because this pawn could be under pressure, so he played that move, and after g4 he played this. Immediately he's trying to create some counterplay, and he would like to put his rook on a5 to attack that pawn. So white don't have a lot of time to capture the pawn on h3. He played this one here, and after this move to protect the pawn, with bishop, he played b6, stabilizing everything, and after this you can see we would like to put our bishop on f1 actually to collect that pawn, but we don't have time because this bishop has defensive duties there. And after this move he played here, we have this one, liberating everything, a check. He played this in order to create some counterplay on the a7 pawn, and Nepo start exchanging pawns. We have this, and here, and after this he's eyeballing that one. The bishop can block everything if he likes. We have this, some exchanges, and we have a small tactic here by Nepo. Played that move. He can capture a piece temporarily because we have the double attack. The king and bishop are under attack, and after this move he continued exchanging a lot of material. He played finally. White captured this pawn, but he's not just in time because we have this very nice move creating counterplay, and after this he played this. He cannot really protect the pawn, and after these moves we exchange a lot of pieces, and they create a professional draw actually by exchanging everything. This is a nice way to exchange everything. Another way to make the draw is for repetition of the moves, perpetual check. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much, and talk to you soon. Tactics is one of the most, if not the most important part of the games. Your plan could be successful if you use the tactics correctly, and the tactics can be accelerator to your plan. With Grandmaster Stelios Chalkias, we created this amazing chess course here on tactics and calculation, and you can read the description. We have a lot of lessons and 100 exercises there. If you follow the blog post, then you can read more about Stelios' life. You are welcome to click the link below the video and learn more. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Here it's time for action. This is the initial page of my website, and here you can click Give me access to get access to free lessons. You can read this page, and if you scroll down, here you can add your name and your email. After that, you're going to take a free lesson how to avoid chess blunders. So, time for action is now, and you're very welcome to join my mail list.